Hey, we're back with more trailers, or a trailer this particular video. If you don't like how I'm doing these, recommend how else I could do them. I thought about editing them in the style of, play the clip and talk over it, but I feel like a live reaction would do suit. I didn't actually look into this particular trailer yet, unlike the other ones, or I kind of half saw the second one, completely saw the first one, just clicked on this one, and we're going to view it together, and we'll see what's going on here, eh? Stop it here because I'm already interested, and just for a little bit. In the middle of the 19th century in Imperial Russia, there arose the strange tradition of photographing the dead relatives. I'm already on board with this, but let's keep going. The deceased eyes were showing themselves in the islands. Jesus! This was only a part of the dark ritual, alright. Okay, so far we've got set in a setting that I have yet to see in a horror movie, and probably probably an era I'm most interested in. My favorite area of history to study of all time is World War I, the 1910s, the 1920s, followed by Imperial Russia, and close third to that would be feudal Japan during the Shinjo Gadai, and I butchered that. Fuck you. But it's the warring period in Japan. Those are like my top three. I'm all about it. So I'm already on board with this movie. And we've got photographying. Wow. We've got photographing the dead, which is a thing that happened in all sorts of cultures, not just in Russia. The Americans did it, I know. A popular thing in the 18th and 19th century was photographing the dead before they decayed and became just horrible, gross, decayed bodies. It was like they died and you wanted to get them photographed as like a last hurrah, to make them good as possible as they sailed into the afterlife, if you believe in that sort of thing. I don't, but hey. It was superstition back then, and it was a fun thing to do. Having your last memory being good, and then putting their happy ass 6 feet under, as you do. That's fucking gross.
Ведите ее быстро!
Бог не простит вас. Не простит.
What this is based off of. Like I said, Imperial Russia, 19th century is my favorite, but it's not necessarily about Russia itself and more what the fuck they were doing in the world. The Russians did some crazy shit geopolitically, and that's what I was more interested in. Is what is Russia doing to the other country? So forgive me if I don't understand what the hell's going on here, what it's based off of, but I'm inclined to learn, and I'm assuming the movie will help me delve into some really weird Russian shit, which I'm all about. And for some reason, unbeknownst to me, I'm sure the movie will explain, or maybe someone who knows a bit more about Russian history than I do can explain why the fuck they're doing this. But my guess is some weird point in human history. I mean, we Americans have our weird points of doing crazy shit because superstition, the most notable being the Salem witch trials, and that we imprisoned and murdered like 20 people. We hung 19 and crushed a dude with rocks because witches. So I'm not going to blame the Russians for doing whatever the fuck crazy shit they're doing right now. It's pretty horrible, but I understand it was the times, man. I'm still going to not condone it. No, I'm not going to condone this behavior. Sometimes I fuck up how to use condone because I'm an idiot. But I'm not going to condone this behavior. I'm just going to understand that it was the times and people were fucking crazy and scared and superstitious, so... Continue.
Бог не простит вас!
Oh, come on! No! God damn it! No! Go back! Back! This is a trend I've seen with the last few trailers, or this one and the one previous. We get a shot of the past in an interesting setting that's not modern people doing stupid shit and getting fucked up. Why can't a horror movie take place another time and be interesting? What the fuck? Why do all of the ones that normally do it have to suck or be generic? Like, there are very few that do it, and it's just... We need more horror that's not in the present, or the 70s, or somewhere in the 20th century with people discovering spooky shit and then getting destroyed by the spooky shit. I want to see the origin of the spooky shit from A to B. Don't show me the spooky shit. Don't show me its origins and then just leave that story to rest, and then... don't, like... I don't know how to put my frustrations into words. It's like they established the spooky shit's a thing. A lot of movies now, and as we saw from the trailers, are starting to show that the spooky shit was a thing. Here's some background info. Here's when it happened, and then the rest of the movie is the spooky shit unleashing on modern people. I don't give a fuck about the modern people. Let's go to another area that takes place sometime before 1940, please. And for the whole movie, not just the beginning.
Это для нас?
Это нам к свадьбе готовят. Нравится?
Вы зачем наверх ходили? Ты что, маму рассердить хочешь?
Нет.
Мама очень рассердится. Лиза, ты предаешь нас. Ты понимаешь, что я ее люблю? Я не могу этого сделать. Это ты не понимаешь, что значит каждый день бояться за своих детей. Прости нас. Я сделаю все, что ты хочешь. Твои еще дети. Умоляю. Пожалуйста. Пожалуйста.
Okay, why are the modern people hanging out with the weird old century lot? I don't understand why they're here. It's not really established. It's just another I can English good. It's another one of these things where I see modern people just showing up to a place, shit happens. Like, why are they here? Can we establish in the trailer why they're here? You know, not that just they're fucking here and bad shit's about to happen to them. Why is this family moving into this house? Is it financial problems? Just give me a reason, even if it's a stupid, pathetic, not thought out one, like vague financial reasons. I'd rather have vague financial reasons as the catalyst for why these people are out here than they're just out here because fuck it. Seriously, that's a dumb trope that needs to die. Give me a reason, damn it! Don't make me wait till the movie, otherwise the trailer's really fucking confusing. Like, I just feel, without knowing the reason why these assholes are out here, this whole thing could be avoided. Like, what's your reasoning for staying out here? Is it a stupid reason? Go seek financial aid. I don't know how Russian financial aid works, but here in America, dial 211 and you won't be fined, but you'll be better off than staying in death house, for fuck's sake. That just looks all sorts of fucking painful, demon or not. Okay, no, seriously, why are you doing that? That's kind of why the monsters never catch them. They contort into these retardedly, like, my brain broke. I had the word. These retardedly... They contort into like these retardedly impractical shapes. It took me a minute to get the word again. I don't know why I use it a lot. I guess it just left my brain, went on vacation. But they do this, and it's like, maybe you could catch the person if you don't do that. Maybe. I know you're trying to be scary, but if I want to murder somebody, my first idea is not to be scary. My first idea is, if I'm committed to murdering somebody, gee, I don't know, effectively murdering them? Wait, no. Cool. Again, that's really gross. Ooh, it's already out. Alright, I'm gonna go find this thing. Oh, I'm interested. Hopefully it doesn't suck, but it looks like it goes from an interesting concept to just, like, that's honestly the most infuriating thing thus far with horror movies. They start with an interesting concept, like I was on board with this shit in the beginning, and then for whatever reason they just unleash it on some unsuspecting modern dickheads. It's like, you know, movies aren't cathartic, or movies are kind of cathartic for me. It is fun to see people kind of be tormented, not because they're being tormented, but it's fun to go along the ride with them. I think the reason why most modern people are shoved into a situation like this is because it's easier to relate to somebody from the 21st century, or hell, even the 80s, than it is from somebody from like 1492 or whatever. But sometimes, who gives a fuck about relating to the characters? Let's just watch an adventure. Let's enjoy the ride, eh? I mean, how much can you really relate to some person in a situation you will never be in? I am a young adult, white, male, 19 years old, had a very weird upbringing. My childhood was rocky as fuck. I can't relate to a group of girls, like in the last trailer, having a party at a house or whatever, and I can't relate to a Russian family. I can't relate to a Russian family moving out to the middle of nowhere, so this need for relatability is really dumb. I think just let the adventure happen. Stop, like, artificially dragging it to modern day. Let the spooky shit happen to some people that, I don't know, were born way before 1950, eh? Tired of us either going to the 90s or 80s or modern day. Who gives a fuck about any of that? Let's go back to the 1700s or something. Enough time has passed to where even spookier shit could have transpired. Like, I don't know why the implication is spooky shit can only happen in the 1800s and then it can only affect people in the 20th century. Can't something happen in, like, I don't know, the 900s and then affect somebody in the 1500s? Why can't we have that shit? Why is it always some spooky shit went down in the early 20th century or the 1800s and now it's haunting someone in 2017? Woo! Why is that always the formula? That's fucking been done a million times before. Let's move on, please.